What's up, YouTube? Dan Matheny here. Anyway, I'm messing around with MangoWC, Mango Wayland Compositor. And it's based off of DWL, which is based off of DWM, which I'm a big fan of DWM. I played around with DWL a couple years ago, and it has been a while since I've done anything that's remotely close to MangoWC. But anyway, I'll go through the configs, but I'm going to show you first, different, because you got a terminal here, terminal there. But, I have the scrolling feature right now, and that's what I have. And the first screen is stack, but I'm just going to leave that alone before I cancel anything out. So let's be careful. And then I have the grid, which is awesome, but that's what I have. I just wanted to show that right quick. But anyway, we'll just stay in this window. And let's go ahead and vim.config, you could do it this way too. I'll just do it the proper way. Home dan.config mango/config.conf. But before I go into that, what you want to do is you want to copy the source. So it's in your IC file, but or your etc file. But so you do copy. First, you need to make the Mango directory. So mkdir home dan.config/mango. But I already have it made, so I don't need to do that before you do this recursive. So you copy our etc mango to your home. So, I would just do home dan.config/mango. And I know there's an easier way of doing it. I'm just used to typing it all out. And that's what you do. So, but anyway, let's go to the config here. So I'm going to vim home dan.config/mango/config.conf. We're going to look at it. Yep, I've edited it already. So anyway, I'll also show, anyway, let's talk about these different effects. I've played around with blur a little bit, and it's cool, but I kind of just don't need it, but I like it. The border radius is 6. Anyway, I have the focused opacity for this window at 1.0, even though there's opacity in the Alacrity terminal. And a lot of the apps, are interchangeable. I mean, you can install Foot and the recommended packages for this Wayland compositor, but I'm fine with just Alacrity and Fuzzle, because I'm used to using that now. I'm used to using Fuzzle now. So But anyway, you know, I'll just run a program right quick and show you what I mean. So let's just run a browser here. Let's just run WaterFox. And of course it's in a grid. But you see, that's the focused window. But see, there's some opacity with that unfocused window. So, you know, and I'm in the grid because that's what I feel like using. But anyway, the grid is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. All right, so go ahead and go back to, let's get rid of this window. Close tabs. Now we're back. All right, so that's what I have for the, you know, no radius, border radius. Those are in there, and then the focused opacities, you know, 0, 1, and then the unfocused opacity is 91. So you have some of that, and you know, I just have animations at default, even though I love the animations and I can do stuff a little more. You know, the fade in is pretty cool. You got a lot of different options. So I mean, you can see that as I delete the windows, you know what that's about. And the stroller, there's just a lot of, it's easy to get caught up, but I mean, but yeah, what I was talking about earlier, you know, you can change, you know, the master stack layout, how that lays basically. Then you have miscellaneous, you have your keyboard, and you got a lot of different options. You know, my parents, I'm using Groovebox. I've been using Copilot to help with configuring things because, you know, a lot of the syntax that Copilot shows me works. And I know people aren't a fan of Microsoft Copilot, and Microsoft has their issues. But anyway, what I was showing you earlier, you know, like I just have tile, scroller, grid, deck, and monocle. And, you know, that's the tag ID layout for that. And, you know, I could just show that again if I wanted to. But anyway, I'm not too worried about that. But anyway, actually, let me just show you what monocle looks like, because I really do like monocle. Yeah, monocle's cool. But yeah, you know, Super R reloads the config. And I have super space to spawn fuzzle, which I have it as purple because that's what I like. You know, but you can have it however you want, and the animation feature is awesome. And Super M exits. You know, I got small hands, so I use Super Shift X to kill a window. And switch window focus, Super Tab. These are awesome controls. I'm still learning MangoWC, but I'm just having fun playing around with it. And just seeing what the different options are. But it's certainly a different experience. It's different from what I'm used to using. And, you know, but I like it. I like the... I like how you can use different layouts, and it reminds me of DWM, but I would say it's probably more like DWL. And I use DWL a little bit, but I didn't get too deep into DWL because it was still new. But you know, there's a lot of patches for it. I haven't used it. I need to check it out. I mean, but I just haven't checked it out. But I heard that they're trouble. Not in trouble, but the person that was the leader of the project had stepped down, so they need support. But anyway, these can increase the gaps and decrease. So Alt Shift X, it decreases and increases. So Z would expand it. But anyway, I'm still learning. I'm still learning that. I just learned that. But there's a lot you can learn from looking at the configs. And I'm not the smartest person in the world, but what I know is that if you do your research and you read, you're able to put together anything, and I believe that because, even though I used Microsoft Copilot, we all use whatever tools work. You got to use whatever tools work, and I'm working on Gemini and stuff like that. But here's my startup. If you want to take pictures of your desktop, and I plan on taking pictures of MangoWC, I plan on taking pictures. You need to have this command right here: exec-once space equals space dbus dash update dash activation dash environment dash systemd wayland all caps underscore display all caps xdg underscore current underscore desktop all caps WL roots if you want to take pictures and if you want to run OBS Studio, which is why I wanted to set this up. So, because I want to run OBS Studio. I could want to talk about whatever on MangoWC again, and I probably should. I know that and this is my monitor settings. I mean, this is the default. The refresh rate is 60 hertz, and it is 1920 by 1200. So that's the config. For the most part, I'm still learning about it. I just installed it. I'm gonna say I just installed it a couple days ago. I've been playing around with it, but I want to know what you guys think of Mango Wayland Compositor. It's pretty awesome. It really is. So, but yeah, let's do the grid again. I really like the grid. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cool window managers and stuff like that. Let's get out of there. There we go. And anyway, I don't think the video was very long, but I wanted to just cover my experience with MangoWC because I'm excited about it and I'm still learning about it. But that's my config file. I don't know if I should share my configs again because it's been a long time since I've shared my configs. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Take care. See ya.
This has been a Dan Matheny production. Thanks for watching.